in my country.
Now,
I love that.
as we are just maybe winding up and all that, a question to you, Mavo. You work at you work hand in hand with the UN model.
Yeah.
And it majorly focuses on policies and all that. Let me just ask this question, just top of the head. Then I feel like maybe then we shouldn't, or rather, we shouldn't be talking of policies or implementing or coming up with policies, because from the get-go, it's not like they are not already ready policies.
Yeah.
Then the thing that we should actually be talking really quite about is our misplaced respect. It's tricky, that makes sense.
It does.
Is it something that you come across? Is it something? Are we talking just things about?
No, it is. We can even go to something as practical as if you need to file a court case, if you don't have affluence, how long will your file go before ufikiwe? Sure. Look at people that were abducted and filed cases. They have hearings in March, hearings where it's something that happened last year. It's of course there's a systemic problem, but there's also a us problem. You know, in what terms are we thinking? We have normalized so much to take kupeana bribes kwa traffic officer. Like that thing pisses me off. It just pisses me off. You can see a matatu is struggling. Anachukua. At the end of the day, ataka hiyo gari iko not worthy kwa barabara. Itaendelea kukaa as long as unampe hiyo chwani, hiyo mia, itaendelea kukaa kwa barabara. So these decisions or indecisions, inactions that we fail to make is what builds our society to where we are right now.
Because so even as just hold on that out, even as we are just on there, we're actually having a conversation with Lucy yesterday. And she was telling me, imagine we're living in a country whereby this MP, Baraza or something, had actually killed someone in broad daylight, but he's looking out for it. So it just shows of the distortion.
Yeah.
Inasemekana alipata heart attack.
You know, and Waititu, it doesn't make sense because the wife is just paying, I think it's 500K. No, then the wife.
It was $1 million.
$1 million, the wife. And then him was, it's either to be jailed for 5 years and pay a fine.
It was 7 years.
Or pay, it was 50 or 40 million.
But
it was 5 years. You know, somebody did a calculation about it. If he invested that money, by the time he's getting out, you'll have 850 million waiting for him.
Wow.
For that period of time, okay, sawa basi nipelekeni jela, sawa. Lakini nimeinvest hiyo pesa. By the time natoka, it's much more than what I even stole. You know? So I think I love what Donnell has said. We should work with the young people. The minds of the old people are so distorted to be so selfish, to be so self-centered, not only with the policies they make, but even the very actions they take. You can't tell me you're being paid a traveling allowance, you're paid a sitting allowance, and you don't show up. You don't show up to parliament when you're needed, and you're paid a sitting allowance.
5K.
Yes. And advocate, you don't even know what they're talking about. Your work is just to yes, okay.
And they sleep and pick a story.
Yeah.
I've watched them.
I've ever gone to parliament twice and sat to Koju.
Yeah.
Someone is sleeping. And it's something so crucial that is being discussed.
Negligent.
You know? And if this type of mentality even goes to the young people, imagine you're in those places of power where they just see, like the tuk-tuk guy example I've given, where you just see entering the government as, you know, I'm going there to enrich myself, get money to build at home and in Nairobi. You're not thinking about other people.
You know, it was very dumb of us, young people, when after Maandamano, those young guys wanted to start a party. We were all like, who's got with them there?
Yeah,
Of course, probably they're entering naive and all that.
Yeah.
But it even showed the part of Kenyans where you don't want someone else to raise.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And do you know right there something was about to start?
Yeah.
It wasn't done by the people.
The right people,
are
but
as influential. I mean,
I think right now they just people had Kasmuel
His Kasmuel angebaki
loyal, angebaki to the cause.
angekuwa na influence moja moto sana.
That's why they put him in.
They were scared.
Yeah, they were scared. The influence.
He's very foolish. He's talking so bad online, and he's because probably they promised him. So he's like, it's Kasmuel. Yeah, Kasmuel. Do you what?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
That they've diverted you.
Yeah.
They knew that you're about to be a very strong.
Yeah, you're coming to divert because we were a united front. It didn't matter who was up.
That guy influenced.
He did.
Do you know what Kenyan young people need?
Yeah.
They just need leaders.
Who they can see are credible with character. You get what I mean? Where even if you get like, let's take a small, yeah, he got to meet other politicians, but if you still stayed true to the cause, even after having tasted or seen, not even tasted, seen a glimpse of what would offer if you had another option. It's unless you show your character. Because let me tell you something, I believe Adi, the reason why walikuwa mekataa kina Kanini, the people who started the political party, is because they could see our they have a selfish agenda. You know, unless you get people you can pinpoint, by the way, like somebody like Joe, Uyo, undoubtedly, you will know he will be there to serve the people. Like, we can see you're not there for just yourself.
But it means one thing. When young people start having their own party and all, don't involve the wazes at all. Even if they pretend they want to be... you can start it, then Kalonzo comes and says, for young people, get out, go away, go serve your things, your term. If young people to start a party, it's supposed to be just them.
But something interesting also that's really also coming out here.
And get funding from young people.
Young people have to
there was a sign up. I think I don't know if you guys saw in my status about a sign up where they want to do in terms of an environmental policy where they want to start building on forests. So there was a petition people were signing. Yeah, I shared it on WhatsApp and my groups and on Instagram. So there's a petition. It's an organization run by young people and they don't receive funding from politicians. They rely on your subscription to fund them.
So
their campaigns.
Then there's that problem here that's also really merging out. Then
the
problem
isn't strong like that.
Yeah, because they don't have people to push it out. But that's true. Campaigns.
But let me say this. So here's the thing. Then the problem is really coming so strong from both fronts, whereby we're having people who are jealous not to see other people thrive. Then we have other people who are still standing up for their selfishness. Then, in all honesty, from just everything you're talking about, we are the problem.
We are the problem.